Masters Maniac Mexico.
Hello and welcome again to my little universe of toys and action figures where the world and its values are still 100% in order. Well, guys, today I wanted to take a little time again to review what I have recently found on the Mexican flea markets. Literally today, when I'm speaking to you, it's Sunday, 19th of September 2021. Well, apart from a couple of usual finds, I found a really tremendous jewel that I personally thought that I will never see it again, neither in that state, neither that functional. But we're coming to the masterpiece that you can already see in the back to the end. And before that, we will review the other finds that I could made today. Well, today's finds, as you can see, have not been plenty, but the quality of them is excellent, and one of or another piece I'm really happy to have. Well, if this is a little bit of a different video, I'm also going to start a little bit different. Instead of starting with figures or anything like this, today I would like to start with the DVDs. Often mentioned here in Mexico, or living here in Mexico, is the big advantage that you can get this kind of stuff very cheaply, and you often find things that on the regular market cannot be found anymore, or if you find them, they are terribly expensive. So here I often can make very good deals. Usually a DVD, if it's new, is around 10 pesos, which is less than $1. Literally, it's around 50 cents, even less than that. And sometimes you even make deals like 3 for 10 if it's not that new or not that popular anymore, which is always in the point of view of the individual itself, what is popular and what not. And as a collector of old movies as well, I often can make very good deals. So let's find what I could find today. And I think it's a good mixture, as I found a couple of different, let's say, genres. Now, I will start with some music videos here. The first video that I found is a classic. It's the Michael Jackson's Dangerous Tour. Well, Michael Jackson, as a person, you can discuss about him. As a musician, he was a genius, you know? And this tour brought it all together, so finally you can have an excellent live performance with all the great hits. And I love to rewatch that once in a while, so I'm really happy that I could find Michael Jackson's Dangerous Tour on DVD here. So next thing also is a classic, all-time classic, as I think, Nirvana. So here we go with the Demolition Man tour. Demolition Man is also a classic, as on the back you can see there's it's a simple compilation of all the favorite and obscure songs of Nirvana, and they are performed live here, and some of them even unplugged. So this is a really recommendable little DVD, and as Nirvana cannot give us more because of Kurt's death, I'm really happy that I could find Demolition Man. Literally, I was looking out for it quite a bit of a while. Let's come to the movies. Well, first I want to get into some series here. I could get the full series of Versa Clone or Clone Forces. So I have heard Bad Batch, about Bad Batch, a couple of things. I don't literally know what to expect, which is, I think, a kind of a good thing. This is a complete first season. I don't even know if there's another season to be produced, or if this is meant to be a closed storyline. I don't know that, but I will watch it. full season for 10 pesos. I think it's alright. So same thing here. I have the Guardians of the Night, a manga that I have heard a couple of things about it, but I never had any personal contact with it. I like this kind of style. As my DVD seller knows, I like a lot Castlevania, and therefore he recommended me that. I don't know what to expect, but I will give it a chance. Let's see what the cat has played in. And then happily, I was able to find a classic, which I also want to ask you if you know a little bit more about it. Here is Spider-Man via Daredevil, which seems to be kind of a cartoon comic compilation, referring to the paint job that is done here in that cartoon. I referred to the 90s or something like this, but really I don't know too much about it. I would appreciate if you can tell me a little bit more about it. Spider-Man by a Daredevil cartoon. Which year is it from? Do you know a little bit more about this compilation? Tell me, please. Well, and I brought Venom in again. I had it, I lost it. I bought it again for two reasons. First, it's a classic, and I always enjoyed to watch this movie. Watched it several times, always enjoyed it. And also in preparation to the new upcoming Venom. And those who know me also know that I have quite a bit of a big Venom and Carnage collection here if it comes to action figures. So it was a advantage. It was a good deal. It was for 3 pesos, and so I got it with me. Same is with this one, Alice Behind the Mirror. I just bought it because the character work of the actress in this movie is fabulous, no? Just a Heart Queen is such a revolutionary character here, and played in such an impressive way in this movie, that I really like to watch it once in a while, and having it now in my collection, I'm pretty happy about that. Well, there's another movie that I've never seen, and literally only heard good critics about it, which is Black Panther. Marvel Universe. At least I can expect action. It had some really good recommendations here, Oscars and stuff like that. So, well, I'm not expecting too much because Marvel literally was pretty much able to disappoint me a lot. But I'm going to give it a chance. It was also for 3 pesos, and so you cannot even count that as cents. Yeah, so that's the same with here. Then I was able to complete these Avengers series by Age of Ultron. It was still missing. The others I presented in a different video. And also here coming Endgame, that also was missing. And I got it done. So we're almost there if it comes to the release. There is one of the Predator movies that's still missing. I have all the Alien movies ever made completely. The Predator movies, there's still 1 or 2 missing, and this one was missing as well. So I'm going to give it a chance. Not all Predator movies are very good, but the characters are classic, and this is more a little bit of a tried history here, and I'm really keen to watch it. As well, I'm collecting Alien and Predator action figures, mainly Mexican bootleg. Well, and what I also collect and really love as a person, and I enjoy a lot seeing it live here in Mexico once in a while, is wrestling. And so finding this DVD was really kind of luck. I was really happy to see that around here, WrestleMania 25th anniversary. And we see Undertaker here, which is one of my favorite characters of all time if it comes to wrestling history and the WWF or WWE. Well, let's see. And here on the bottom, John Cena literally right now in the cinemas with the new Suicide Squad movie, which I saw was not that bad. I was pretty much entertained about it. Well, now we're coming to what we have to come to always. Let's make the action figure review. Well, those who are following me a little bit longer know that it's quite a bit of a while ago that I found a mini Star Wars minifigure like that, Darth Vader from 2004, Hasbro, right? Obviously, it came with the first Star Wars movie, also the re-release, the first 3 episodes, the first, and there are a couple of characters I didn't know that they are in existence, and today I found another one, which is obviously Han, here made in 2004. It was 10 pesos, like we spoke about that, less than 50 cents. So I gave it a chance. I'm not the typical Star Wars collector, but I thought this is funny. I love minifigures, so I give it a side to Darth Vader, which is also very well made. And look, you can even use only this angle, to get the sword into position. I think this is kind of a funny little extra issue, not to call it an action function, but I think it's nice. And the other two are G.I. Joes. One is Mexican bootleg, pretty well made, this guy here, for a Mexican bootleg, pretty mobile, this guy here, and yeah, I pretty much like him, pretty detailed, not too much off the paint job. Seems to be from the 80s. The feet with really articulated boots here, nice face, head is movable, arms are movable, legs are movable. That's pretty much all equivalent to what the original G.I. Joe figures had as features in these years. Typical Mexican bootleg. Well, I'm not the typical G.I. Joe collector neither, but I like military equipment as well, as we're talking bricks. And if I can get some little soldiers like that for a reasonable price, I'm always very happy to have them. And this little guy was also 5 pesos, and so I got him. And he came along with this one that he also gave me for 5 pesos. And this is an original G.I. Joe here. It seems to be a Scotsman. I have seen him pretty much plenty of times in my youth in the cartoon Saturday Morning in Germany. I remember that very well. But as I'm not a collector, I need to ask you, and this goes out to David Ian from Open by Chance YouTube channel, which is a really fine and well-educated collector. David, if you know it, or anybody else who's watching me knows who is this guy, from which series he's coming, yeah, I would appreciate it. I would like to know about him. I just know that I have seen him a lot in the comics, Scotsman with red hair. Tell me about him. What I think is interesting here, the torso, the head moves if you move the legs, but you also can move the head separately. So this is kind of funny. Hasbro was not taking too much attention to what these figures lately have been made of. Obviously, this is an old figure, at least early 90s, if not 80s. Tell me about it. Help me. Right? I just found it an opportunity. So there we have a little plushie. I'm collecting this Muppets mini plushies, and I have Miss Piggy here, original. I have the animal here, original, and a couple of others. The piano player, Beer, I have him here. I don't know how they call him in English. I just know how they call him in German. Is he called Barney? I don't know. Tell me how he's called in English. And I didn't have Kermit. This is not an original. This is a Mexican bootleg. but as I think a very well-made Mexican pack, and it was also just a couple of pesos. And so I'm gonna sit him right down next side to Miss Piggy, where he's probably gonna be very fine, right? So let's gonna have him there. And with this guy, or with this presenting this little guy, we're coming to the absolutely star of this night. As you can see, I didn't know that I'm a robot man, no? But seeing this guy here, so many remembrances came into my brain. I cannot describe that moment. And then I was, well, like doubting even asking for it, because I thought, well, probably it's not working, probably it's gonna be very expensive. If it's working, I don't know. I just had a strong tension towards this piece, because this is the kind of robot that I really had as a 5, 6, 7 years old child. I remember that very well. Some came with remote control, some came with a battery mechanism, and then they all had a lot of things going on. I remember my uncle bringing me one for Christmas, and I remember that my mother was not very pleased about it, because it was not either the most expensive present nor the present that my mother wanted that I put attention to. But this Robert, and I remember that was not much of a difference between the one that I had and this one. I was completely fascinated by it, and I remember playing with it till it broke, which was quite a couple of years. What can I tell you? This guy wouldn't be here if it wasn't functioning. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't too expensive. Literally, this was a steal, right? But before we talk about it, I gave this guy a little fresh battery pack. Let's give him some space here, and let's see what this guy can do for us. Get ready for the spectacular. This is just amazing here. Oh, wait, where is the button? There is the button. There we go. Opala. Yeah. He's walking, he's talking, he's moving his arms, as you can see. Yeah. Yeah, but what can I say? Look, this guy in the perfect state. He's moving his head from the left to the right. He has laser eyes. Here, inside, everything's turning. He's speaking Japanese, I guess it is, no? I'll tell you if you know which one. And he's moving his lips, as you can see. Mouth is moving up and down. This is just a spectacular piece here. I don't know what to say. I cannot believe that I found this piece. And he has such programs and anything like this. This is really crazy going on this game, right? So I'm really in love with this guy. I don't know what to tell you. This is the find of the day. This is a spectacular find. I'm happy to see something like this completely working statue. I don't know. This is just, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So let's give the guy a pause. Yeah, well, this piece is from 1985. It is just an amazing piece. As you can see, there's almost nothing damaged on this guy. The uniform is completely chromed. Every single part is working. He's walking, he's talking, he's moving his head, he's moving his lips, he's moving his arms, he's moving his knees. He has a lot of lights. The only thing is here in the back where the battery pack is in. well, you can see that he has been touched there a lot, and so we have a little bit of rub off of the color. I'm thinking about re-chroming the back part, which would only be the cover of the backpack. But even that this battery pack is completely covered and intact here again, the side lights are working, everything is working. Well, this is one of the most amazing, shiny, blinky, crazy, lovely toy that I have found in a long time. And I'm very happy to have this here in my collection, here in my little universe of toys and action figures, where the world and its values are still 100% in order. So let me know what you think about my finds. I would be glad to hear about your opinion. Help me out with the questions that I was dropping down to the community. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you're still not subscribed to this small channel and my little toy universe, do me a big favor and subscribe, leave a comment, and see you soon. Yours,
Monsters Maniac Mexico.